In this video, I'm going to talk about how losing my emotions was that big breakthrough that took me from living at home with my parents and failing to make money online to actually getting that first 5K, that first 10K per month, leaving my hometown, be able to start traveling. It all came down to me just learning how to let go of my emotions. And I see this because I work with so many beginners right now, so many guys who are trying to make the first 10K, 20K per month online, and they cannot learn how to just control and let go of their emotions. And that's why so many beginners right now that have potential to make it big stay broke, stay stuck. So I want to help you avoid that and share my experience of how I learned to stop listening to my own emotions. Because the thing right now you need to understand is that the most successful people in the world, if you look at someone like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like these ultra successful people, their daily basis, the stress that they go through on a daily basis, the emotions that they feel on a daily basis, if you were to step into that, if I was to step into that, we could not handle it. You can't walk a day in Elon Musk's shoes. Like, it would be impossible. The amount of stress, the amount of doubts, the amount of responsibility that he has to take on every single day, it would be impossible for us to go through that. We would be getting burned out within like a week, by just being in his shoes. Knowing that to be true, that is the most fundamental thing that I had to realize to actually see success on my entrepreneurial and make my online journey. Because I used to be in the mindset back in the day before I saw success. I thought that if I feel in this moment, if I feel I'm scared right now, if I feel I'm uncomfortable, if I feel like I should give up, I would just act on how I felt in the moment. That's the pattern I was in, that's what most people stay in. Like, you feel something, you have an emotion come up, and you act on it. The moment that I saw success and I broke out of being stuck and living with my parents and was broke, was when I realized that just because I feel something, just because I have an emotion come up inside of me, does not mean that thought, that emotion is me. I am not equal to my thoughts. This might sound simple, but one of the most important concepts for you to understand to actually unlock the success that you're capable of achieving. Because there's two different options that you have. Person number one, which is most people right now, most beginners, and my old self, they have big goals, they want to make it big, they start something, they try to make money online, and then they feel scared, they start doubting themselves, they're like, can I do this? Will I actually make this work? Will I actually be able to succeed? And they don't distance themselves from these emotions. They think that they are their own thoughts, they are their own emotions. They feel this way and they act on it. The day after they've quit, they self-destructed, they did something wrong and they just kind of gave up, they stopped putting in the work, they went back into 9 to 5, they switched business model, they self-destruct. That's most people. The second version, people that actually succeed, the guy that I stepped into to actually see success for myself, was to realize that, okay, I can have a daily basis, every single day I can feel I should quit. I don't know if I can do this. I doubt myself. What if this fails? But no matter how I feel, I keep going. I keep taking the actions that I know is gonna get me forward, no matter how I feel. Because I can have these thoughts. I can have a thought come up of like, Alex, you're not capable of doing this. For example, when I got into high ticket sales, I actually thought this. It's funny because people don't know this. I actually on a daily basis wrote down in my notebook, Alex, I don't know if I can do this. You should change into becoming a media buyer instead. Sales isn't for you. Like, I had those thoughts come up. But I learned through meditation and through just journaling to observe these thoughts, how these thoughts comes up, and just tell myself, no, I'm not gonna act upon that. I know that this thought is just the old version of me coming up, trying to keep me safe, trying to keep me comfortable. It's like the devil on your shoulder. And learn that, it might seem so simple, but it's the most powerful thing that you can do to actually get the success that you're capable of getting. Because these thoughts, they will come up. And the closer you get to your goal, you will get these tests, from the universe, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe in. That's testing you if you're actually serious about achieving your goal. For example, before I made my first 10K, I had literally on a daily basis, I was just about to give up on sales. I was about to just quit and go into another business model. But I decided to distance myself from these thoughts, keep going on the path, stick to it. And then guess what? 2 weeks after, I landed a role and I went on to make $10,000 a month in that role. Because I stuck to the path. I killed that old version of me. I stepped out of that old version of me and stopped listening to the emotions that came with that old version of me. And I stepped into the new one. And you need to start doing this right now. You need to stop being identified with your emotions. And how you can start doing this is by, number one, start meditating. So you can actually separate yourself. Because most of you guys, you're stuck, and whatever you feel in the moment, you act upon, and you unconsciously self-destruct. Start meditating. 10-20 minutes every single day, you will start be able to see these thoughts, these emotions come up objectively. You can identify these different things come up, and you're not just blindly acting upon it. Then you journal, you write down, okay, what is thoughts that I have coming up? What could they be coming from? Where could they be coming from? Is it actually like me, the successful version of you that's making 10-20k per month that would think these things, or is the broke version of you? And you will realize it's a broke version of you that has those thoughts. And then you just distance yourself. You say no to those thoughts. You can have, okay, I should give up. I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur. It's too hard. I should quit this business model. I should go back into 9 to 5. You can have all these thoughts come up. It can be very, very convincing, which they're gonna be. It's gonna be very, very convincing because the old version of you is strong and the devil on your shoulder is very strong. But you identify that these thoughts are not aligned with who you want to become, and therefore you just let go of them. You do not act upon them whatsoever, and you just keep doing this day after day after day. You remind yourself. You have written down in a notebook that I have a full document with every single objection, every single thing that comes up in my life that's going to keep me stuck from achieving my goals. All the emotions, thoughts, ideas, very, very convincing ideas of I should change, I should give up. I've written it all out, and I just I trained myself to not listen to that, to not act upon that. And then what happens, the beautiful thing that happens when you start doing this, is you train your brain to start moving towards these negative emotions. You learn that when you feel scared, when you feel uncomfortable, that's actually a sign that you're moving towards your goal, and then you can retrain your entire being, reprogram your brain to move towards the things that you're scared to do. And that's when you completely kill this need to emotionally feel good when you're just doing stuff. And when you let go of emotions to that extent where you can just move towards stuff that feels scary, that is when success becomes inevitable. Hope this makes sense, and if you want to get into high-ticket sales, this is what I do. I have a bunch of roles right now that are hiring inside of my network, so you can apply, download this video if you think you actually do well in high-ticket sales, if you're well-spoken and you're actually serious about this. It's not a get rich quick, it takes effort. And if you have any questions, you may DM on Instagram. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.